Well, folks, I used to take my kids to Knott's Berry Farm when we lived in Los Angeles. One of the things that we never witnessed there was a satanic bondage fest. Knott's Berry Farm is a place for children. Whenever people on the LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign left say they're not coming for the kids and to train them in their morality, I wonder why then is this becoming such a common sight? Why is this sort of stuff happening at places with kids? So here is a bit of an act from Knott's Berry Farm. It's not Scary Farm because we are now about to enter October. And they had a satanic show involving apparently a Sam Smith knockoff in bondage gear, a male slapping the asses of other men as male and female gyrate around to the background of satanic imagery. So this is for kids. Good stuff here from Knott's Berry Farm. So gyrating, thrusting, bondage gear. You've got women who are twerking in bikinis, in satanic gear, as water splashes upon them. Perfectly appropriate for children. So glad that we can create this kind of future for our kids here in the United States. If you're feeling uncertain about the future of the economy, one thing that smart people do is diversify into hard assets. Well, one of the hardest assets of all time is a soft metal called gold. The reality is that diversifying into precious metals, it's a smart idea. I'm not saying take all of your money, cash it out, and buy gold. What I am saying is that you should hedge your bets by investing in a currency that has never been worth zero. You can protect your IRA or 401k by diversifying with gold from Birch Gold. Investors and savers are looking to harness the power of physical gold held in a tax-sheltered IRA. I buy my gold from Birch Gold. I trust them to help diversify my own savings. As the U.S. dollar continues to receive pressure from foreign countries, as the American government continues to spend endless amounts of money, arm yourself with information on how to protect your savings. Text BEN to 989898. They will send you a free info kit on gold. They've got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of happy customers, countless 5-star reviews. I trust Birch Gold to help you diversify into gold. If a central bank digital currency were to become a reality, well, it'd be nice to have some gold to depend on, because otherwise you're depending on government bureaucrats to keep your savings safe. Never an excellent bet. Again, text BEN to 989898 to get started with my friends over at Birch Gold. Think of the time and money your family invested to capture family vacations, football games, birthdays, your wedding. You got all that tape out in your garage right now. VHS tapes. Now, do you have a VCR? You got all those film reels from your parents and grandparents. Do you have like a film projector in your house, do you? You don't have any of those things. What you need is to digitize that stuff and to save it for posterity because, again, it degrades over time. Legacy Box is the company that makes this happen. Legacy Box exists to preserve your family's recorded moments digitally, ensuring they are safe forever. Legacy Box is a simple, safe solution for digitizing all your memories. And by going to legacybox.com/Shapiro, you can enjoy 40% off when you get started with Legacy Box today. The process is super simple. You send in your Legacy Box filled with those old VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, pictures. Their team professionally digitizes everything by hand in the United States of America. I've done this for my parents twice. We've done it ourselves. I've done it for my in-laws as well. You'll get it back on the cloud or thumb drive along with your originals. Legacy Box digitizes over 15 different types of analog media. So whether it's VHS tapes or super 8mm film reels or photo negatives, they've got you covered. After 10 years in business, Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer. They've helped over 1 million families relive their wedding days, chaotic childhood Christmases, even road trips to Yellowstone. Go to legacybox.com/Shapiro, get an incredible 40% off today. And you can buy today, send in when you're ready, legacybox.com/Shapiro. That's legacybox.com/Shapiro. Because Joe Biden is flailing in the polls, because independents are turning away from him, because at best he's running competitive with Donald Trump. Again, that should be like every morning bell should be going off for Democrats. Democrats believe that Donald Trump is deeply unpopular. And by the polls, Donald Trump, his popularity ratings, his unpopularity ratings remain absolutely bad. Okay, I know that there are a lot of people on the right who love him. That does not change the fact that when you look at his approval rating, when you look at Donald Trump's approval rating, what you find is that his approval rating is really, really bad. The latest approval rating is for Donald Trump. Right now, according to 538, his latest approval rating is 41%, unfavorable 55%. Those are not good numbers. The fact that Joe Biden is running even with him as the incumbent president, that is horrifying news for Joe Biden. Remember, this is a guy who won 7 million more popular votes than Donald Trump, specifically in reaction to Trump. So what does that mean? It means that Joe Biden has to lock down that core support. How's he going to lock down that core support? Well, apparently it means that he is going to now signal to every union in the United States that if they strike, he is going to stand on their side against their employer in the middle of an inflationary wage price spiral. This is totally crazy. Okay, so the United Auto Workers are currently in the middle of a strike against two of the big three. They're striking still against Ford, but they've decided not to broaden the strike because Ford is making a bunch of concessions. Now, I remind you that the demands that are currently being made by the UAW are totally insane. And what they actually want is crazy. They want a 36% pay increase across a 4-year contract. They also would like annual cost of living adjustments, which means an automatic raise. They also want their benefits plans moved from defined payments plans to defined benefits plans. So instead of you getting back sort of what you pay in plus a percentage, they want a defined benefits plan, which is what bankrupted the automakers in the first place. They also want a 32-hour work week, and everything above 32 hours paid as overtime, which is totally crazy. So these are nuts. They also want the big three to scrap their 2-tiered wage structure. Under that current system, top-tier workers, according to CBS News, earn an average of $33 an hour. Those hired after 2007 are classified as lower tier and earn about $17 an hour. The UAW says that they just want to get rid of that, so everyone gets paid $33 an hour. So they want the defined pension, they want substantial pay raises, they want more paid time off, and they want a 4-day work week, 32 hours for 40 hours of pay, which is nuts. They also want a right to strike over plant closings. So if the plants close because the profitability goes away, they want to be able to strike over that. They also want a working family protection program that pays UAW to do community service work if the companies shut down a facility. So if they shut down a facility in Detroit, UAW is now going to have to, basically Ford, if they shut down Stellantis, if they shut down a factory, they're going to have to pay the UAW workers to go to a food kitchen and work, which makes 0 sense at all. They also want to represent workers at their electric vehicle battery factories, which are being built right now in joint ventures between automakers and South Korean battery makers. These are their demands. So this is a list of demands that is totally nuts. Okay, these are nutty demands. It's particularly nutty given the fact that, again, these car makers are about to face the hammer of the Biden administration trying to force through electric vehicle transitions. So the big three are deeply reliant, as I've said before, on gas-powered engines, traditional engines. And Joe Biden, because he is captured by his environmentalist base, believes that he can force down and cram down through government mandates that all of these companies move toward electric vehicle manufacture. The problem is a lot more of that stuff is automated. And so it means the number one, profitability for these companies is going to go down because their chief sources of profit are going to go away in terms of the gas-powered engines. And number two, a lot of the jobs are going to go away. So at a time when the jobs are threatened, thanks to the Biden administration, and the profitability is threatened thanks to the Biden administration, Joe Biden is siding with the UAW. So yesterday, Joe Biden went to the actual Michigan picket line. He did this because he is afraid that the UAW is not going to get out the vote for him in 2024. That's really all this comes down to. Sean Fain had already said, we're not going to issue an endorsement of Joe Biden because you either stand with us or you don't stand with us. And so Joe Biden, like a good little lapdog, then went to Michigan and went to the picket lines with Sean Fain, which is crazy. Again, the federal government should not be taking open sides between businesses and unions. It's their job to help facilitate, if anything. You already have the NLRB, which exists, the National Labor Relations Board, an abomination of American government that exists to help facilitate these things. They're really just a union cutout when Democrats run the place. So actively going and picketing with the UAW, saying, we agree with you on your demands. You want inflation? You want stagnation? This is the way you get inflation and stagnation, is you have these unions that are striking in the middle of an inflationary economy to get higher wages and higher benefits, driving up prices at a time when, again, people can't even pay the prices they currently have, which is going to lead to less demand, which is going to lead to loss of jobs, which is going to lead to stagnation, and then you're going to get true stagflation. Everybody feels it. And Joe Biden is going here because he knows he needs that union support. That's how desperate Joe Biden is. According to the Wall Street Journal, he walked a Michigan picket line with striking auto workers on Tuesday, offering an unprecedented display of union support as he and former President Donald Trump prepared for a fight for working class voters. Biden joined members of the UAW union at a GM customer care center, a politically risky step that makes him the first U.S. president to walk a picket line. This is totally nuts. Again, they're calling for a 40% pay raise. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.